ahead of this game against Aston Villa, please?
Carlo, you're just on mute there, I think.
Can you hear me?
We can hear you now, Carlo.
Okay. So Mason Holgate is available. Andre Gomez is available. We have out surely Jeremina and Fabian Delph. The other players are all available.
Back at Goodison, obviously, it won't have escaped you how much stronger you've been at home than away from home. How much of a concern is that for you? And are you able to put your finger on exactly why there's been such a disparity in form?
But I think that most of them is problem of we are feel more protect, more safe when we play home. We have more difficult when we play away. I think it's a problem of mentality. We have to improve our mentality. We have to improve our knowledge to be more comfortable when we play away in the future.
And how big a factor is that word mentality going to be when you take on Aston Villa tomorrow night? Obviously, we know the position that they're in. It's getting to the stage where it's a must-win game for them. So how big is the mentality going to be going into it? And do you expect it to be a reasonably open game?
I hope that we are going to. We want to expect a reaction from the bad game that we played against Wolves. A different attitude, different mentality, different character, and so I understood in this period here at Everton that the big part of the DNA of this club is that everyone wants to see player fighting. So this is the most important part. We have to fight, and then we have to try to play well. We have to try to win games. But when there is no fight, I think it's not the DNA of this club.
Thank you.
Hello, Carlo. Simon from Premier League Productions. How can you change that then?
No, as I said, it takes days. It takes a period of time where you have to, as I said, work hard on the pitch, increase your knowledge on what you want to do on the pitch. This is, I think, the only way that I know. To work hard, to try to give ideas to the players, because the players, when goes on the pitch, has to be comfortable, has to know what he has to do. And after that, the spirit is really important. So keep fighting spirit to have players that can show more personality, more character on the pitch, that are not afraid on the pitch, that are not worried on the pitch, can be the key to be competitive.
And in terms of you saying about it being different away from home, is that still the case, even though there are no fans in the ground? Is there still a genuine difference away from Goodison Park?
No, I don't think this is problem of if the fans are on the crowd or not. I think that is a problem that this team has to improve its personality. Above all, away games. So I'm really satisfied what we were able to do at Goodison Park. Of course, I'm not satisfied what we did away. Above all, against the team that on the paper are stronger than us. Because away we won against Newcastle, we won against Watford, we won against Norwich. We competed quite well against some teams, some strong teams. Against Arsenal, we competed well. Against Man City, we competed well. But to be more competitive, as I said, we have to improve on the aspect of the mentality.
May I ask you about Jared Branthwaite? It was Everton fans probably their first chance to have seen him. I appreciate they may have watched Carlisle last season, but I'm just wondering how you feel he did in that second half and how near he might be or how far away he still might be from potentially starting a Premier League match.
I think he showed his quality and he showed his limit for inexperience. I think he went on the pitch. We conceded a goal on set pieces. He was involved there, and after that, and it was a mistake. And after that, he showed personality, quality, not afraid with the ball, intelligent player. So he has quality. He has quality. We don't have to put on him a lot of pressure. He has to improve. He's a really humble guy. His character is good. And so for sure he's going to improve. And for sure he will be part of the squad in the future.
Thank you.
Alistair from the BBC, please.
Hi, Carlo. Hope you're well. I just wanted to ask a little bit about the fact that it looks like obviously now you're not going to make it into Europe next season. How much of a disappointment is that for you based on the fact that you want to be competing in the Europa League and maybe the Champions League in the future?
I think that this club has to compete in Europe. Of course, the best scenario to compete in Champions League or in Europa League. We were not able to do this season. I think the season was a really particular season. We want to fight next season to reach European competition. And has to be a target, and it is a target for this club to stay in Europe to play. We are not able to do for the next season, but we have to fight to be able for the season next.
But is it a big disappointment when you came into the club? You said that you wanted to compete in Europe next season.
We didn't put the time for this. I think that this season didn't start well for Everton. We were close to the bottom of the table in December. We went out quickly, fast. We had the dream to reach Europe. The last results were not good. As I said before, this doesn't change the plan. The plan is the same. The target has to be Europe. I think it's not a disappointed don't reach Europe in this period because the priority was, when I arrived, was different, to be safe as soon as possible.
I've just wanted to ask you also about the midfield. There's been, from fans, there's been some criticism about the midfield and about Everton's formation potentially. Is midfield a place where you think Everton need to improve? And if so, do you plan to make changes in the summer?
I think that in general we have to improve everywhere. We have to improve everywhere. In the final third, we have to improve in midfield, and also in defense we have to improve. I think that in this period, what we showed is sometimes in midfield we needed more power. Sometimes we needed more quality. We have players with quality. We had players with power, with ability, but we were not always able to show this quality and this ability.
And do you feel like you have the right formation, the 4-4-2? Is that a formation that suits the players that you have now?
I think so. I think that the system is not so important. I think that you have to dress a system for the player that you have. I think that for the player that I have in this moment, 4-4-2 defensively is the best system.
Okay, thank you.
Carl Markham from PA, please.
Hi, Carlo. Talking about systems, how much do you think the change and the short time you had to prepare the change for Sunday contributed to that performance?
No, I think that when you change shape, it's not always easy for the players to understand. I think that in general we were forced to change shape in the last 2 or 3 games for a lot of reasons. But I think that for the future, the identity has to be quite clear. As I said, defensively, you can see easily how we play offensively. We would like to have a different system to attack. Sometimes we can build up with 3, sometimes we can build up with 2 defenders, open a midfielder. So in that situation, will not be clear, and I don't want that has to be clear. Defensively, it will be clear. It's 4-4-2.
Okay. On Sunday, you used the word unacceptable quite a few times, but in relation to the younger players, the Branthwaites and the Anthony Gordon, I'm just wondering, is now the best environment for them to be in the team with the team sort of a bit low on confidence and sort of limping towards the end of the season, or can they still benefit from the pitch time they get?
No, I think this is the best environment in this moment because they are training with us. They are learning a lot from more experienced player that they are training with. And so, as I said, they are training with us not because we like to have young players, because they have quality to train with us and also to play, because Anthony, he played in the last few games. He showed always good quality. He was helpful for the team, but it is important for everyone. Don't expect too much from this player. They are young. They need time to have more experience. They need time to be comfortable with the team. We have to be patient with them.
But I say with the team a bit low on confidence, it's more difficult for them to be comfortable in that team when there are more experienced players around them who aren't probably playing to their best to help them out.
Yeah, but as I said, they are, in my view, they are at the same level of the others. It doesn't matter if he is 19 years old or 30 years old. Who deserves to play, I put on the pitch.
Okay, thank you.
Mike from Radio Merseyside, please.
Hi, Carlo. Everton came out of lockdown in pretty good shape. 2 wins and a draw. It wasn't fantastic, but it was more than acceptable. But how surprised have you been by the drop-off in form in the last 3 games? Because a point from Southampton, but it's been 3 poor performances, hasn't it?
Agree. 3 poor performance. Why? It is difficult to say. But to say in 2 words. First of all, I think that we didn't have a lot of time to recover properly from the game against Tottenham and the games against Wolverhampton and Wolves, Southampton and Wolves. And first of all, second of all, we lost a little bit the fighting spirit. Maybe the fact that it was really quite difficult to reach the position of Europe. I think that the player lost a little bit motivation and concentration.
Losing matches and not playing well is part and parcel of football. It happens to every team at some time. But how surprised have you been by the lack of intensity and application in the last 3 matches? And I know you said that Europe could be an aspect, but there seems to have been a real fall away in players wanting to accept responsibility to make things happen.
Yeah, no, I was surprised because I think that since I arrived, this team showed fantastic spirit, fantastic effort. It was an unselfish team, unselfish player. They work hard each other on the pitch. Sometimes we didn't play well, but we never lost fighting spirit. And for this reason, I was really surprised. And I marked this to the players because it's not acceptable, I said. And I'm sure that in the next 3 games, we are going to have a different reaction, a different attitude.
Yeah, so 3 games now between now and the end of the season, rather. European football looks as though it's out of reach. From the fans' perspective and from what you want from the players, have you told them what you have to see from them? And how have they responded when you've told them about Sunday being unacceptable?
Yeah, but the players that are here more time that are here than me, and so they know really well what the fans expected from them. And so I don't have spend time to explain what the fans want to see here at Everton. They know really well this, and I hope that they can show in the next few games.
Thank you, Carlo.
Okay, that's the end of the open section. So if everyone can leave the